So I don't know if anyone's noticed, but we're currently in an epidemic of single people. I'm going to tell you my reasons why I think this is happening. Communication is out the window. People don't communicate anymore. Everything is on social media. There are no deep conversations. There are no asking backwards, forwards. Everything is just a game. Men are acting like women. Yes, I know I'm old school, but it's just the way it should be. If men show actions, us women give it back. No one's ever happy. There's always someone better out there, apparently. Phones are always out. When you're with your person, put your fucking phone down. Girls are also putting up with less bullshit. But girls are also expecting way too much from men. They are simple creatures. Overall, social media really has fucked it all up. Men, get it together with the communication. Girls, know your worth.
When did the whole dynamics change? When did men start saying, I'm not going to chase girls? When did that all change? To like women now chasing men? Honestly, I hear it so much. Like, I'm not chasing girls. Let me tell you though, men do not chase, they attract. And if you think it's the other way round, then you've got that all twisted. Not just facts that I'm talking, yeah. It's biology. It's literally the animal kingdom. So you might think I'm just chatting shit right now, but I'm so not. It just doesn't work like that. It's just not natural. This is how you know that women are in their masculine and men are in their feminine. Just a food for thought on this Friday evening. So many people wonder why so many relationships don't work, why they're toxic, why they're broken. It might just be because the whole dynamic is fucked. Good night. I love you.
Let's talk about some of the rules that I have for the men in my life. I will not drive a man anywhere. If we're going somewhere together, he can come pick me up. If I have to drive myself there, then I'm just going to go somewhere alone. I don't pay for anything for a man. I won't pay for dinner. I won't pay for movie tickets. I won't pay for gifts. I do not buy anything for a man. If I'm going to pay for my own dinner, I'm going to eat it alone. I would much rather eat my dinner by myself. The fact that I'm allowing him to be in my presence. If I go to dinner with a man, I expect for him to pay for my dinner for me. I don't give men my phone number. I don't give men explanations. I don't give men straight answers. I don't answer most of men's questions. I require men to ask the question over and over and over again for me to identify whether or not they're actually serious about wanting to know the answer and to know more about why they want to know the answer. Sometimes men ask questions just as an ego validation to get you to answer them.
Just when I thought things couldn't get worse between my ex-husband and I, it actually did. And he showed me a level to him and a side to him that I've never, ever experienced before. So early last week, he told me that now that he is caring for the boys full time while I prepare to move, he obviously stopped the child maintenance payments to me, which is what we had agreed. I didn't want to be in receipt of anything because I don't have the children, and that money was court ordered at the time of our divorce for our boys' activities. So their extracurricular activities, their breakfast club, after school club, tutoring, athletics, football, you name it, they do it, and that's what that money was for. So it's not a substantial amount, but it was in line with his salary at the time, and it was enough to cover those outgoings. It didn't cover their accommodation, it didn't cover their food, none of those things. So obviously, as they are no longer in my full-time care, that money was to stop. Absolutely, no questions asked. Now, he was saying that not only is that money stopped, he took the car that he had previously got for me away. Again, that's totally fine. I'm leaving the country. You don't owe me anything like that. That car was to make taking the kids from A to B easier. Totally fine. Here's the bit that threw me. He is saying that I need to pay him child maintenance. So I need to pay him child support, he said. And I was like, sorry, what exactly do you mean? He literally repeated himself and said that now that he has the boys, I have to pay him child support. Now, mind you, I have been self-employed for over a year. And you know what it's like when you're starting a business. It's not like I have the financial securities or the financial pulling power as I did while I was an EA. So I'm like, where exactly do you think I'm going to get money from to pay you? Anyway, I thought that he was going to simmer down and he was just like bluffing, or maybe he was angry. Lo and behold, I received an email this week from a mediation service saying that he has instructed them to start mediation with me. I would have to cover all of my costs, and they were inviting me to a meeting with them. I declined it because I'm not mediating over me paying you child maintenance. When I paid for our whole divorce, and anything that you paid to me has now been stopped because it was for the kids and I don't have the kids. Guys, Can you explain to me, like, the men of this generation? I have not heard anything like this before. My dad, who I've had to loop into it, was like, just ignore him. This is illegal. Men can't get money off women. That's literally what my dad thought.
It's always as you should when a man is buying you nice things or providing for you, taking you on nice days, taking you on vacation. But when it comes to things that you can do for your man, it all of a sudden becomes, well, he's a grown-ass man and he can do it himself. Imagine if the roles were reversed and a man said to you, well, you're a grown-ass woman and you can do all these things that I do for you on your own. That would kind of take the love out of the relationship, right? Please marry a woman who says thank you instead of as you should.
It's interesting hearing a woman point this out because she's describing a dynamic a lot of guys notice. When a man pays for dinner, takes a woman on trips, buys gifts, or provides something nice, the reaction often becomes, well, yeah, you should. Like that effort is just part of the default package. But the moment someone asks what she might do for him, suddenly the language changes. Now it's, he's a grown man, he can handle himself. His effort is expected, while her effort is framed as optional. And the funny thing is, appreciation is one of the easiest ways to strengthen a relationship. A simple thank you goes a long way. When someone feels valued, they tend to invest more. When everything they do is treated like the minimum requirement, enthusiasm tends to disappear pretty quickly.
There's no question about that.
When people talk about this epidemic of single people, they usually blame communication, phones, social media, nobody talking anymore. And yeah, technology definitely made dating weird, but the deeper issue is incentives. A lot of men spent years hearing that women don't need them, don't want traditional roles, and don't want men leading anything. At the same time, the expectations for what a man should bring to the table never really went down. So some guys stopped playing the old game. They pull back, invest less, and keep their options open.
Of course!
She won't drive a man anywhere, won't pay for dinner, won't buy him anything, and if he asks a question, she might not even answer it the first time. In fact, she wants him to keep asking over and over so she can test how serious he is. So the relationship structure she's describing is basically this. The man provides the transportation, the money, the effort, the persistence, and she provides the privilege of her presence. And from a behavioural standpoint, that's interesting because incentives shape outcomes. When someone openly frames dating as a one-sided transaction, a lot of men simply opt out of the transaction. This woman is extremely arrogant, selfish, self-centered, and just plain evil. Any man would be doing himself a favour to stay away from her.
Don't fall for it.
Listening to her talk about men not chasing anymore, you can hear the frustration in the background. A lot of women grew up with the idea that men are supposed to pursue endlessly, text first, plan everything, prove themselves, and keep the whole interaction moving. But the reality is that the men at the top of the hierarchy rarely operate like that. The most successful men in history weren't running around chasing attention. Kings, sultans, famous actors, top businessmen, those guys built power and influence, and women naturally gravitated toward them. The same pattern shows up everywhere, even in the animal kingdom. The dominant males compete with other males, establish status, and the females move toward them. So when some men say they're not chasing anymore, it doesn't always mean they've become passive. A lot of them are focusing on becoming the kind of man that attracts attention instead of constantly pursuing it. Different approach, same biological incentives at play.
You got that right.
She's shocked that the father now wants child support because the kids are living with him full time. And even her dad says something like, men can't get money off women. That right there tells you how the system has been framed for decades. Child support is seen as normal when a man pays it, but the moment the situation flips, everyone suddenly acts like it's outrageous. From a basic incentive standpoint, the logic is actually simple. The parent raising the kids usually receives support from the other parent. That's been the rule in the opposite direction for years. But culturally, people are still adjusting to the idea that responsibilities don't always run one way. When roles reverse, the hypocrisy comes out to play.
Hypocrites.
Real men of genius.